Okay, let's go ahead and get started. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Tom Steinman. I am a master's student at UMKC, expected to graduate here at the end of the year. Um, Originally, as a biology student many years ago, got into IT and have worked there for about uh, 15 years or so. I've worked in finance, and then I decided to go back in school. Got my bachelor's in computer science, and now getting a master's with an emphasis in AI. So I started in quantum last summer, working with Dr. Lee here at UMKC. Had no idea what I was doing, decided to get into it, created my first research project, and have been working and studying with it ever since. So let's talk a little bit here about some opportunities. So this is Opportunities in Quantum, created by Luke Miller. And let's make sure everyone can hear. Okay. So to start, there are a lot of internships available right now. You don't necessarily need to have a PhD or even a master's degree. As of 2021, I believe about 2/3 of the positions in quantum remained unfilled. It is now at the point where it's about half of those positions remain unfilled. So there is a lot of opportunity. For example, this one in India is a research intern in quantum. This one does require a bachelor's. They prefer a master's, but as you can see, a lot of the expertise that they're wanting, Java, Python, Pandas, NumPy, data structures, all things that many of us learn in undergrad. Um, you also have instances such as Massachusetts, New York. Um, Again, this one here only requires a high school diploma or GED. They prefer a bachelor's, but what they're really looking for are quantum algorithms, quantum applications, basics knowledge about Qiskit, all things that if you've been attending are things that you know about now. A big thing here is a lot of them are looking for specific software like Qiskit IBM Runtime. As you know, there's many other companies out there, but they're really looking for general knowledge. If you saw Dr. Mukesh's presentation, she's someone that didn't even expect to get into quantum. And so it really just kind of takes some of that knowledge and study to get into it. This one here is US, New York, California, Massachusetts. Again, another one here that they're just requiring high school diploma. Prefer bachelor's degree, but Python, API, Django, Docker, all things that are required, all things that a lot of us learn in undergrad, where they're also preferring, Qiskit and Kubernetes as well. Another one here, also New York, Massachusetts, California, requires a bachelor's degree, preferred education, and master's. And, a lot of them here are looking for, quantum computing, error correction, fault tolerance algorithms, all things that we've talked about throughout the week, coursework or projects applicable in the area, theoretical research, Python, everything along those lines. They're looking for things like GitHub, Python, NumPy. Again, a lot of things that you learn in undergrad. A lot of the things that will set you apart with these is your knowledge in quantum. Another internship opportunity here, again, another one that they are just requiring high school diploma. They prefer a bachelor's degree. But, obviously, they're wanting someone with backgrounds in quantum, as much as possible. The more that you know, the more that you learn, the better off you'll be. So this one here, again, Massachusetts, New York, California, India, Japan, a lot of other countries also looking for people with experience in quantum. Again, a lot of the technical and professional expertise out there, all things that you may have learned, even before you received your undergrad or studying for your undergrad. They're just looking for people who are familiar with quantum computing, familiar with computer science, hardware, anything that you can learn, to really set you apart. There are more opportunities here. And so another big one are national laboratories. This one's Oak Ridge. A lot of them are looking for interns for national laboratories. Over the summer, 10 weeks, fall, spring, 16 weeks. A lot of them are looking for interns with the potential to become full-time. There's, again, this one below here is community college students, undergrad students with associates or bachelor degrees. A lot of these companies, a lot of these laboratories, they are looking for people who are wanting to learn about quantum. So anything that you can do, just by attending this Fall Fest is a great way to kind of introduce yourself, learn kind of the things that you need to learn, and go from there, moving ahead. Some more from Oak Ridge National Laboratory, research student internships. You have undergrad, they're looking for people with, recent associate bachelor's and master's degrees. All internships, 10 to 12 weeks, fall and spring, 16 to 20 weeks. And there's just a lot of opportunities out there. And again, as of 2025, about half of these quantum positions are remaining unfilled. So you have these laboratories, you have IBM, a lot of other companies who are offering free education to learn about these different skills because they need people. And again, this is just kind of the tip of the iceberg as far as the jobs that are out there for it. Department of Energy as well, Oak Ridge National Laboratory, all looking for people who are wanting to do research, anywhere from 3 to 12 months to full time with the Department of Energy. As you can see, that one is for graduate students currently pursuing PhD degrees. Previously, a lot of those jobs, they were looking only for doctorates, and now it's available for a lot of different, students, high school, undergraduate, master's students, and not just close off to doctorate students. So again, another one from Oak Ridge National Laboratory. That one, applications are still open until February. Some more from Oak Ridge National Laboratory. Again, this one is for master's or doctoral. Obviously they're looking for a good GPA. They're looking for people that have applicable skills, any kind of skills that you can get in research, quantum computing in any way. Start working on projects as much as you can. Start setting up, watching videos. Another one here by River Lane. This is a PhD internship, 2026. Currently, looking to receive a PhD. So, a lot of them, as you can see, are looking for high quality academic work. They're looking for abstract reasoning, works with algorithms, critical thinking, problem solving, programming language. A lot of these you'll see are really not too different than a lot of your computer science kinds of backgrounds, but they're looking for some additional work in quantum computing. Here's one from Livermore Center for Quantum Science, another summer internship one. And, looking for long-term connections with LLNL scientists who work in quantum information science. So, a lot of these are just looking for people who are interested in it, people who have a, somewhat kind of background in quantum computing, have some of these basics down, because it's obviously a very complicated thing to learn about. Dr. Mukesh talked about how, anyone who says that they know everything about quantum mechanics, they're probably lying. It's very complicated, and a lot of us will feel like we have no idea what we're doing. A lot of the times I still do. But, obviously you have to keep working on it, keep looking at some of these jobs. Here's another one for engineer intern. Again, you're curious, passionate, authentic, accountable, experience in Python. As much as you can learn about it, the better off you'll be. And so, again, this one is just a bachelor's degree that they're requiring. Mathematics, engineering, computer science, operations research. There's a lot of positions available to a lot of different areas because they're so desperate for people to work in quantum. Leadership abilities, communication skills, a lot of these are really not that different than a lot of positions out there. But if you look at the preferred qualifications, knowledge of quantum computing, related algorithms, understanding quantum vendors, SDKs, quantum computing with an emphasis on optimization algorithms. And then you have some machine learning, logistic regression, PCA, random forest, things like that. And so there are a lot of opportunities out there. Companies just understand that there aren't any dedicated quantum computing tracks at most schools. Most of the major schools don't have it, or they're looking to start it. So, people that are looking for candidates right now, there's no one coming out with a major in quantum computing. So it's important that you build your own portfolio with experience and training. Working in the hackathon, UMKC has a researchathon in the spring, hackathon in the fall. Working on that. If you're looking to get on the research side, look for internships in research. A lot of these quantum computing concepts, there's so much information out there. Again, IBM is looking to educate people on quantum. They need people. Example here is Qiskit Global Summer School. This one Luke actually attended. It's a global 2-week, 12-day online school covering quantum computing fundamentals, hands-on labs with Qiskit, live Q&A sessions with experts. Very good for beginners and for people with some quantum programming experience. If you're one of the people that have attended a lot of these Qiskit sessions with Luke over this fall, may be a good thing to look into. But the applications are usually open in May, so something to take into account. I have been told that it's pretty intense, but it's a great way to get some hands-on experience and learn more about quantum. So other opportunities here, there's a ton of quantum opportunities. You can do a quick search and find a lot of available jobs out there that are looking in quantum. A lot of different sectors as well. Finance is looking, any kind of position. Moderna, for instance. They recently had a speaker at the University of Missouri Columbia Quantum Day talking about how they're using quantum in medicine research, for instance. Finance is looking to try and predict the future and what stocks and bonds are there. There are a lot of different sectors that are looking to hire in quantum. So this one here is, again, undergraduate fellowship hosted by Chicago Quantum Exchange and partner institutions, universities, national labs in the US. Everyone is looking for people with experience in quantum. Some more opportunities, math quantum. As Lucas said before, linear algebra, having a background in math is very helpful as well. This one right here, if you are big into math, definitely an opportunity for you. Again, they're looking for high school, undergraduate, graduate, postdoctorate fellowships. Looking for people with little or no experience in quantum information science who want to enter this exciting research area. So again, just a lot of people who are just looking for someone who is interested and has the motivation to learn about it. This one here, University of Waterloo, you have undergraduate school on experimental quantum information processing. And so, from my experience, it's very daunting to get started in it. I think a lot of people who get started in quantum, and I'm by no means as much of an expert as Luke, but it's very daunting, and everyone kind of has their own timeline to learn this information. It can be very difficult, but the important thing is to keep at it. As daunting as it is, with time, it comes to you slowly over time, the more work you put into it. Here's another one, Quantum Ideas Summer School at Duke University. It's a summer school open to undergrads, grads, and industry on quantum information and quantum co-design topics. Good example of school format versus internship, focused on learning and network rather than full research projects. So this is a good option for students who want to build their horizon and network in quantum and not just get a project. And there are a ton of others. Again, there's a lot of industry that is looking for people. There is a lot in education, laboratories, everything you can think of, anything with a difficult problem to solve. There are just a ton of positions out there. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you all at Hackathon. Goodbye.